so doing in a capacity as the nominated presidential candidate of People's Rainbow Coalition. And let's not misquote that. I thank you. Over to you, Madam President.
1 minute. I'm still following my technology as you know. Gentlemen, our vice presidents, our senior members of the Rainbow Coalition, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Zimbabweans, I stand before you as the nominated presidential candidate for the People's Rainbow Coalition, PRC. PRC, amongst its core values, has the liberation struggle, selfless sacrifices and courage of our forebearers and compatriots who contributed in different ways for the attainment of our national independence. Our story of the liberation struggle cannot be complete without paying great respect to the collective will and determination of revolutionary cadres, detainees, restrictees, and other freedom fighters. In our collective way, we fought for one man, one vote. We fought for land, racial discrimination, suppression of women, children, people living with disabilities, to name but just a few. We fought to build a democratic and legitimate government that is based on popular support, founded on the basis of participatory democracy, which can only be achieved through free, fair and credible elections. As PRC, we stand on the firm foundation that Zimbabwe should be a land of equal opportunities for all who call it home, not for few selected individuals or a group. That's the essence of democracy, and that's why Zimbabwe paid the ultimate price for the attainment of our national independence. As PRC, we note the current political developments in our country. We are, however, heartened by the assurances given during these present political developments that condemns violence and encourages peace. We therefore urge Zimbabweans that the observation of the rule of law be the cornerstone of our conduct as we seek to revive our constitutional democracy. We are at a time that peace is the only realized, or can only be realized through maximum restraint and constructive exchange of ideas as Zimbabweans. Going forward, as PRC believes that present political developments require collective engagement and national dialogue of all critical stakeholders in our country. Beyond political actors, it should also include faith-based organizations, workers' movements, civil society, and students' movements. For the success of such collective engagement and dialogue, there is no doubt that we are in need of transitional arrangement that should attend to key issues of economic recovery and electoral reform processes. Our country's reconstruction and national healing process can only be a product of free, fair and credible elections which are to be held within a reasonable time post an agreed transitional agreement period. PRC believes that free, fair and credible elections can only be achieved through an enabling environment both during the current and registration exercise for one to register to vote and to actually voting process itself. National elections are the backdrop of every celebrated constitutional democracy. It therefore follows that such elections should be observed and supervised by the African Union, SADC, electoral pan-African institutions, civil society, local electoral agencies, and the international community under the auspices of the United Nations. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen and members of the press, what divides us as a nation is smaller than what binds us. We ought to be bound by ideological underpinnings of social democracy, Pan-Africanism, decolonial thought and principles of a modern democratic developmental state. It's time to reflect as we seek to rebuild and reconstruct our beautiful country, our great Zimbabwe. Together we can make our country great. May God bless Zimbabwe. May God bless us all. I thank you. Fortunately, I'm not the one who set dates, but once everything else is followed to the corrective end, surely elections have to be called for, because that's what people are trying to do. Just hearing it from you, and it's important that you are also briefing me. Whatever a leader has to do, it has to come from the group. We have to discuss about it. It mustn't be an individual plan. If that is what is going to come, we have to agree as to leaders of the people, because we believe in people's minds, in what people would expect us to do. So whatever we are going to do, it has to be people driven. But you have it's mine, it has to agree with what people want. And up to date. My position at the moment is that I am getting everything from the press. So please do give us the correct position, because we are saving a lot of ourselves, including mine. Zimbabweans decide on what to do. I think that will be the issue that we will follow. Because right now we haven't said. You are seeing me as a leader from PRC. I haven't heard what is taking place with other opposition parties. But once that takes place, for sure, we'll brief you as to what will be taking place. My statement. Thank you. True, I'm a war veteran. Yes, when I'm invited, why not? I'll join them. Because I also have to hear what they are going to say. Coalition. That's exactly the procedure we do.
And then I'll keep going back to the issue of elections. Can you honestly speak to the electorate and encourage them to go and register to vote?
And yes, we can do that. But I think the process of educating them has to start now. Because this thing is not a simple thing. It's not a one-word thing. And for somebody to gain confidence, it takes a bit of time. So you have to be sure that whatever I'm doing is bringing these people closer to each other. And I'm also giving my time. I'm listening. to things that they are talking about. But when people talk and you come out with your own thing, that's when you'll be driving off people from doing what they are supposed to be doing. Let me tell you, people, we are excitable very easily. That's my fear. Very, very easily. You're not taking time to study, to read in between them. There are a lot of things that are not showing, that are not reading. So some of us, yes, we are political animals, but we are also military people.
Yeah, the military is in charge in Zimbabwe right now.
Thank you. And that's why I don't want to comment either or. That's the reason why I don't want to comment either or. If you come after 2 days, after 3 days, and continue asking me the same question because of developing issues, I'll be giving you a story.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Tanga tiri kutarisirwa isisu ve People's Rainbow Coalition kuti titaure zviri kuitika munyika yedu zvaane mazuva akati kuti. Saka isisu tagadzira nhauro yedu tichida kudzokera pekuti seruzhinji rweZimbabwe tiri kubva kupi, chii chiri kutarisirwa nevanhu, nyangwe chiine chii zvazvo zvikaitika. Vanhu vari kutarisira kuti munhu ngaavepo nenzira yekuvhota murunyararo, asingatye, asingatyisidzirwe, nokuti vanhu vakatambura vakawanda. Hatingataure kutambura kwaiye zvino chete, tingade kutambura kwemakore akawandisisa ane vakapera vakaenda nevachiripo vamwe nhasi. Saka vanhu ivava vari kutarisira kuti zviri kutamburirwa, zvakatamburirwa zvinofanirwa kuwanika nokunge vanhu iye zvino tiri panguva yekunyoresa kuvhota. Munhu zvinokoshera kunonyoresa kuvhota. Nemhaka yei tiri kudaro? Zuro ndizuro takanorwira nyika ivhu. Isuwo madzimai takabuda tikanorwa chidanho chedu, chimiro chedu chive chakatsarukana mumagariro edu tiri muno munyika yedu pasina kusarura. Nyangwe vana vedu, nyangwe zvirema zvedu, nyangwe paganda, nyangwe padunhu. Zviri kuitika munyika yedu ngazvive zvinhu zvakatarisana naizvandiri kutaura izvi. Hafanire kunge zviri kutarisana nechikwata chidiki kana nemunhu mumwe chete. Ngative neruzivo rwekuti tine madzisvondo, tine vashandi mumabasa akasiyana siyana, vasisisiri mumabasa. Pamwe handingadaro hangu ndisina kuzvitaura kuti mavhenda sekuwanzwisisa kwatakuita. Vanhu ivava vane chekuita nenyika yavo, vane zvavarwadza zvekuti dai pasina izvozvo muine runyararo, muine magariko akanaka, tisina dambudziko. Saka zviri kufanirwa kuitika ngazvigadzirisire munhu wese ari kuti Zimbabwe ndiwo musha wangu, handina mumwe musha. Tiveika nenzira yekuti munhu wese ari kugona kuenda kunonyoresa, manyoresero iwayo ngaive akatsarukana negwara kwaro, kwete zvimwe zvatiri kunzwa izvo zvekuti waenda kunonyoresa unobvunzwa, wonzini woshungurudzwa. Kwacho kuri kufanirwa kunonyoreswa, zvekunonyoresa zvacho zvinononoka kusvitswa. Mumvonzi zvinotangwa nezuva rakati, zvorega futi kutanga, muzonzi zvichapera nezuva rakati. Ko mambodii kutanga nezuva rakakodzera? Mambopa here tsananguro, dzidziso yekuti vanhu vakwanise? Hazvisi zvekuvanza vanza izvi. Upenyu hwevanhu zvakafirwa nevanhu izvi zvakatamburirwa nevanhu vakarasikirwa neupfumi hwavo mukurwisa rusununguko rwenyika inoyi. Zvina basa kuti wanga uri mutema kana muchena kana wanga uchibva dunhu ripi kana unotaura mutauro upi, vanhu muZimbabwe vakatambura kuti nhasi tigone kutaura zvatiri kuita izvi vana Mai Mujuru. Ese muno muZimbabwe ngatigarei pasi tichikurukura gwara iroro ribude. Rinofanira kubuda, harifanire kunge richibva kumunhu kana kugrupu kuti gwara ramunofanira kuteedzera nderiri. Kana ranzi nderiri kutaura kuti ari kutaura gwara remusangano wake, saka zvechitotaura kuti isisu toteera musangano iwoyo tese. Nditaura kuti handisi kuzvitaura nhasi semumwe wevarwiri vorusununguko, handina rekutaura nhasi ringabude riine tsananguro ingagutsa vanhu. Semumwe wevanotaura zvematongerwo enyika, handina tsananguro ingazara pari nhasi. Basa rangu randakaita ini rarakatosiyana kure naGeneral Chiwenga.
Tikati kana makuva kombia na mama General sakaita sana Mujuru nava
munhu.
For these and other stories, visit our website www.263chat.com. Follow us on Twitter @263chat and like our Facebook page 263chat.